Good people of the PMP community, how are y'all doing today? Very cold and cloudy day here in the Bay. I'm all bundled up into Roby Tuesday. Creative Tony's decided to go robe free today, but he's offsetting the lack of robe with the cool hat, so we're going to give him a pass. He's got that like longshoreman hat on. I told Tony the hat makes him look tough. That's just me. I look at Tony and I'm actually a little bit nervous when he's got the hat on. I'm like, that guy could do some damage.
Dude,
so yeah.
You got to keep the dome warm in these cold days, man. It's really cold, and I don't have the full flowing locks to keep my head warm. So these, these beanies keep me nice and warm. And I apologize, Paulie Other Gates. I apologize for being robe free today. So I will show John Joseph in the Technicolor robe as many times as I need to today to offset that.
Yeah, to offset your lack of. Hey, it's all good with me, bro. You can do whatever, bro. You can wear. You can come. You can do it. The show in a birthday suit if you want. Maybe we should. Maybe we should have like a naked broadcast. As long as we keep it from the waist up, no one would know what was going on down low. But maybe we'll do like an all nude performance at some point. Hey, pre-show post of the day goes to my buddy Arkansas Dave. He has planted the PMP flag down in the Deep South in the Razorback state. And he goes, he just said this like right when you were playing the intro, Tony. I looked over and Arkansas Dave had a note and it said, one of these days, the Dodgers are going to implode. Nice. And I'm with you, Arkansas. In fact, I got to be honest with you. I thought the Toronto Blue Jays were the perfect team to kind of take them down. It didn't work out. But I'm assuming, Arkansas Dave, that you are kind of exacerbated because you're responding to this Edwin Diaz deal. Did you hear about this? They just signed Diaz, dude. Now they got another closer. This guy signed a 3-year deal. He leaves the Mets. He has that great intro with the trumpet and all that stuff. And the Dodgers have him now for 3 years. Let's see, what is it? A measly 69 mil. Okay. This guy's going out there getting 3 outs a night. He's getting 69 mil. Anyway, my point is the rich get richer. The strong get stronger. And meanwhile, the Giants are like, we don't want to spend any money. So this could be another frustrating year we're on the brink of, Tony. The Dodgers, Diaz, go. Give me your thoughts, Steve.
It's just getting old, man. And yeah, dude, I mean, the rich get richer. I don't know how else to say it, man, but F them. Just F them. I mean, you know what, though? They are getting older. Mookie Betts is getting older. Freddie Freeman is getting older. I don't know, man. Like, Muncie's belly is getting larger. Like,
shout out to Blazing Saddles. Leon is getting larger. Anyway, Tony, go ahead. Yeah, Leon's getting larger. But finish up, because you're right. They are getting a little bit older. I'll listen to that.
They are. So that might be a factor next year. And you also see the Phillies re-signed Schwarber. So Schwarber.
I did. Schwarber. I never expected the Giants were going to, I never really expected that, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, Schwarber stays where he is. No surprise.
Dodgers. Mark Gravy says Dodgers are going all out for the three-peats. Like, dude, come on.
Oh, that's the last thing I need, brother. I got to tell you, the last thing I need is another fall baseball like landscape just littered with Dodger blue. I can't take it. I really can't take it. Someone's going to have to step up and beat these jackasses. I can't believe we're talking Dodgers in the middle of December, but that's what happens, Arkansas Dave. I feel you, dude. I saw that headline on ESPN this morning, and I was like, you know what, dude? Leave the Mets alone. The Mets aren't bothering anybody. They're back there doing their thing. They'll always be like a third-place team. Once in a while, they squeak through, but generally the Mets are going to Mets it up. So now they took and the Mets fans love this guy. They loved Edwin Diaz. So I got to imagine they're quite unhappy today.
They should be, dude. And it's like, I don't know. It'd be nice. It'd be nice for a salary cap to happen in baseball, wouldn't it? And now they're talking lockout next year. It's like,
that'd be the death blow right there. I'm telling you, baseball cannot. I don't think it's strong enough to survive another lockout or play stop. I just don't.
Well, go check out minor league baseball. Go check out college baseball. I mean, I still go to some Giants games at Oracle, sure, but dude, go down to Sunken Diamond at Stanford, go to Evans Diamond at Cal, go see San Jose State play, go see Santa Clara play. Or you go see
high school baseball too. That can be a good time. You watch some high school baseball.
Dude, San Jose Giants games, Oakland Ballers games, those are fun baseball games, man. So I don't know. I'm just so sick of all of it. All of it. The amount of money these guys are making and the amount of money the teams are allowed to spend on contracts, it's just outrageous, man. And so, the rich are going to get richer and the gap is going to get larger. And the few teams at the top, we'll see them back in October. And okay, great. What's the surprise?
Few teams at the top, Tony, makes me want to shout out Motley Crue, Take Me to the Top.
Right.
You can find that one on Too Fast for Love. Hey, Tony, let me ask you a question. Are you, because I generally, I yield to Tony when it comes to baseball because he got a great baseball head. Let me ask you this. Are you a baseball purist to the point where because I'm hearing there is like blowback now on the Savannah Bananas. Are you like pro banana or anti banana? Because there are some baseball purists that are like, oh, that's not real baseball. We shouldn't be doing that and stuff. I think it's entertaining. How do you feel about it?
Here's the thing.
Oh, here we go. See, here we go. Okay.
No.
Okay.
If you don't like it, don't watch.
Yeah.
Don't go
It's
to
like
a
the
game.
Harlem Globetrotters. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of idea. It's the sport, but there's all these gimmicks kind of built in around it. I just think it's a fun night out. You know, that's all.
It's better than Monster.
Hold on. I think Tony froze up a little bit. Hey, okay. Tony, are you with us? Tony, can you hear me? All right, Tony's gonna have to jump off and come back. I'm just laughing at the frozen face. You ever notice that every time we get frozen on the show, we have the most ridiculous faces on? Like I get frozen up. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like we have, look at Tony right there. Tony, abandon ship and come on back. We'll figure this whole thing out. Tony, he's broadcasting from Longbridge Pizza again. Maybe they got some Wi-Fi issues in there. But I'm just saying with the Savannah Bananas, I would definitely go watch that product and I wouldn't take it too seriously. Like I am a kid of, when I was growing up, and even when my kids are growing up, to be honest with you, I took them to go see the Harlem Globetrotters. My dad took me to see the Harlem Globetrotters when I was a kid. It was a lot of fun. And I equate the Bananas with that same kind of entertainment. It's a lot of fun, very exciting for the kids. And I don't think it's meant to be taken too seriously. Yeah, Miriam's saying the same thing. What's up, Miriam? Good to see you. She's saying Bananas are like the Harlem. I totally agree with that take. It's the same kind of thing. It's just jazzed up entertainment with the sport as the centerpiece. It's certainly not bothering me at all. Welcome back, T. You froze up.
That, dude. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. There's something. Sometimes this building gets a surge. I guess I do have to go back to my house at some point and do the show, but I'm loving the remote location, dude. So
I kind of dig your vibe too, because I like you doing the show right underneath that Bob Marley artwork over there. Like I like seeing Marley right over your head. That's entirely appropriate. Yeah.
Very fitting. This is Neil Donardi's office at Longbridge Pizza, and he's been, kind enough last week to let me use it. And then I said, hey, dude. And he said, hey, man, you seem to be enjoying it. You can use it anytime you want. And so I've been using it because it is nice to get out of the house and do the show. But anyways, back to Savannah Bananas, Paulie.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Yes, it's not pure baseball, but it's not meant to be pure baseball. And
that's what I'm saying. It's not to be taken seriously. It's meant to be. It's just it's a form of entertainment meant to show the kids and the family, and it's like family entertainment. So you can bring the kids. It's a good time. That's all.
Totally, dude. And yes, Miriam, you're on the money. I like to come into Longbridge and eat their food too. I
plan on doing that this week too. I got news for you guys. I plan on hitting Longbridge this week too. It's been too long. I haven't had a slice of Longbridge since the party, since the holiday frolic. And I got the DTs. I got the pizza DTs. I need to get in there and well.
That's Thursday, right? Thursday with Shannon Kaler.
Yeah.
Shannon Kaler. We're having lunch with Shannon.
That's right, man. That's right, man.
Stone boxes, Shannon Kaler. But no, dude, just don't watch it if you don't like it. You don't have to like it. You don't just let them do their thing. It's fun. You know what? The younger generation loves it.
Yeah.
My
That's
son,
a good point, actually. Yeah.
His buddies, they all love it. Like they think my daughter loves it. Like it's fun to watch. They're being goofballs. They're doing backflips before they catch a baseball. They got
guys on stilts, Tony. They got guys on stilts in the batter's box. Have you ever taken your kids, because they're in that sweet spot, they're like in the perfect age. Have you taken your kids to see the Harlem Globetrotters yet?
Not yet, but we might do it the next time they come through. I think it's in January or February.
It's usually early in the year. Yeah, January, February. They usually play Oakland, or they'll play the Shark Tank. I saw them down there a couple times. It's fun, dude. The Globetrotters are still great. Great entertainment.
Totally. Yeah, I got to give love too. I see a team popping up on the chat a few times, and I got to give love. The Portland Pickles. Give love to the Portland Pickles up in Portland, Oregon. That's a good brand of baseball. All this crap. I mean, when you think about how much money like a guy like Shohei Ohtani is making.
Oh my God.
If you broke it down to what he makes like per pitch or per game or per inning, it's still a grotesque amount of money, man. So it's like, none of these guys have any room to complain. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, Paulie, maybe later on in the show, did you see Juwan Jennings broke his silence about?
I did. I saw it, and I was very unimpressed. I saw
know.
the comments last night. I'm like, yeah, all right. He goes, yeah, well, he said some stuff too. I'm like, I don't know. All right, man, whatever. Again, I would prefer, like, you don't need to be doing that. I get it, dude. A lot of guys like to trash talk on the field. I've never been one of those guys. I just like to play the game because I'm a student of like Jerry Rice, where Jerry Rice set every receiving record known to mankind. Jerry Rice had more touchdowns than anybody in the history of the league. And you know what he did when he scored a touchdown? Total business like. Here's the ball back. Nice play. Let's keep playing. Like there was no, and I like that because it shows guys like, I'm not flipping out because I've never done this before. Wrong. I do this all the time. Get used to this. I'll be doing this again today. So I like the stone-faced assassin types. Guys that run their mouth a lot don't really turn me on, and I was not impressed with what Juwan Jennings said. I just it didn't move me at all.
Paulie, guys that run their mouth, a guy like AJ Brown runs his mouth a lot, is malcontent, he's upset, he's like, doesn't get the ball, get me the ball more. Hey, dude.
I saw him drop a couple last night, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, Paulie, you saw him do this. You saw him
drop
a few balls, dude, a couple of clutch balls too that Jalen Hurts put on the money. And AJ Brown's got alligator arms and pulled back. And next thing you know, dude, if you want to talk that talk, you better walk that walk. And if you want to get your bag, as they say, dude, you better make the catches, man. Juwan Jennings, decent, good wide receiver. He's not some superstar that is going to save the franchise. So I don't know, man. He talks a lot for being just a middle of the road wide receiver. Kind of blows
I agree.
me away.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. And speaking of talks a lot, we are going to have a special guest today at 12:30. Rod Brooks will join us. He's been our brother for decades. You see him on NBC Sports Bay Area. I've been enjoying him on Warriors pre and post lately. He's been filling in, and I love seeing him in the mix there. So we'll talk to Rod about the NBA, about the Golden State Warriors, about Kuminga. Now I'm hearing the Kings might be interested in Kuminga, or they are interested. But I want to pick Rod's brain on college football and everything too. But before he joins us, Tony, Philly Chargers last night.
Hold on, Paulie. Before you get into Phillies Chargers, I do want to get into that.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
I just got to give Escobar Cheeks some love for his super. He's a super today. And he says right here, Paulie, the baseball purist don't like
fun. Fun. Yeah. Chris Russo. Fun. Giants baseball. Fun. Yeah.
Dude, again, if you if you don't like it, turn the channel. If you don't like it, don't watch. If you don't like it, don't buy a ticket and go to the games. Let them do their thing. They've obviously made a killing doing this. That Banana Dan or whatever his name is, I forget the guy's name, who basically is the face of the franchise. He is very good at marketing. He's an ideas guy, very creative. He's like, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Why don't we have umpires dancing? Why don't we have, the guys doing like acrobatics out on the field, and let's bring pyrotechnics into the mix. Like, fine, but if you don't like it, then just don't watch, man. Just such a freaking joke.
You know, it's funny. I think about our good buddy, one of our family members, Patrick Connor Pecan, who, by the way, will be joining us on Thursday. We got Pecan booked. He'll join us Thursday. Going to pick his brain on this whole college football mess that's going on right now. Notre Dame, I don't want to go. I don't want to play. It's a mess out there. But anyway, Pecan's going to join us. You know what he used to say? Pecan used to say, he had an idea years ago. I don't know how many of you might remember this, but Pecan used to talk about this on the air. He's like, guys, I wanted to, like during March Madness, his idea was, let's get brackets up, but let's call it the smug off. Let's have the most smug people, like guys like James Spader. You know what I mean? Like he's in a contest against, I don't know, some other smug guy out there, Tom Hanks or something. I don't know. But Pecan was saying on one bracket, he goes, baseball writers. And I go, what do you mean baseball writers? Because Escobar's comment was about, quote, baseball purists. So Pecan was like, baseball writers. I go, which ones? He goes, all of them. All of them. They're the most smug guys of all time. Have you guys? So I'm just throwing that out there. Food for thought. Baseball beat writers, the most smug guys under God's green earth, according to Patrick Connor. So we'll talk to him about that too. So I get it. There are purists out there who are like, oh, this offends me. Stilts on the field offends my delicate sensibilities. Yeah.
I don't have that much time in my life to be offended by a Savannah Bananas baseball game. Do your thing. I don't know, man. I could just people have too much time on their hands. Too much time on my hands.
We don't quote sticks very often on this show. You and I, we don't do a lot of sticks, but you just did some, so good for you.
We've also talked about whispering songs. I don't think we've mentioned the too much time on my hands.
100 Tony, 100% gold star. You get a gold star right on that little cap of yours today. 100%. I think that's how the song ends, with him whispering, "Too much time on my." It's so stupid. Yeah, the whispers. I still say Stephen Piercy's the king of the whisper, though. I really do. Between the eyes, the whispering, dude. You got to whisper.
Or I'll give you all that I can.
100%. 100%. Say he's been whispering for years. Tony, I want to get your thoughts real quick on Monday Night Football, because the Philly goes down again, and they go down in glorious style. I mean, the interceptions, the turnovers, it was a mess.
Can you say that again? What happened?
The interceptions and turnovers. Hey, Keith's in the house. What's up, Keith?
I just wanted an excuse to play laugh tracks because, hey, Philly, hey, Sirianni. Dude, it's the freaking best. And you got Big Dom, Fat Dom, whatever you want to call him, standing next to him at the halftime interview. By the way, dude,
yeah, just to make sure people don't rush the field and attack Syria. It's the most useless job of all time. Why do you need a bodyguard to walk on and off the field? No other coach. Tom Landry didn't do that. You know what I mean? I never saw Bill Walsh with a bodyguard. He was fine. Yeah,
it's such a freaking joke, dude. It is.
It's important, Tony. I need to be flanked with security. Okay, that's how important I am. I need bodyguards all around me because everyone's trying to get to me. Hey, Sirianni, we don't like you, bro. We don't freaking like you. Don't worry. You don't need a security guard, man.
Supposedly, according to Kate Scott, he's a nice guy, and we got to take Kate's word for it because Kate's one of our favorite people on the planet. But he sure does come off as smug on the TV, man. I mean, God, and complaining a lot, and dude, I don't like.
He's always got the Italian flag on. Yes. And I love Italy. I do. I freaking love Italy. Half the food I cook in the house is Italian food, and I love everything about Italy and my own Italian heritage and all that. But when I see it on Sirianni, I get pissed. I'm like, you know what, dude? Take the freaking flag off your sweatshirt. Now, who else does that? You know what I mean? Come on, man.
I don't know, man.
You feel me on that, Tony? You're Italian too. I mean, but there's something objectionable about it when he does it. I don't know.
I'm actually surprised the NFL lets him do that, because that's basically him saying Italy all the way. And it's like, dude, that's NFL sanctioned gear. I don't know. I'm surprised they let him do that, but who knows? He might have raised a stink or something. I don't know, man. There's guys on the Eagles that I do like. I mean, I like Hurts. I like
Hurts too. I like Jalen Hurts, and I'm not ready to throw Jalen Hurts away in the trash. I know people are burying him today, but in fact, the interception that ended the game.
What a play, dude. What incredible defensive play. I mean, that was incredible, dude. And Aikman, by the way, can I just tip my cap to Troy Aikman? I honestly think.
Me too. Yeah.
I think if you put Jim Nantz with Troy Aikman, it would be the best duo maybe in broadcasting.
That is a phenomenal call. I would love to hear that matchup, because I don't need a lot of Romo. He's another one who can't get off Mahomes' jock, dude. He cannot stop jocking Mahomes. No, I'm serious. It's Collinsworth and Romo are like in a death race to find out who can love Mahomes more, and it's hard to take.
I don't mind Romo as much because he gets all worked up and he gets all in a tizzy about certain things, and he gets all really. He does. The pure excitement of him. I like, and it's just very genuine. But I don't like Aikman is just, his analysis is so good, and he talked about how the run game for the Eagles has been struggling all year, and then it ended up being a factor in that game last night. I mean, yes, Barkley broke that 57-yard run, but other than that, they shut him down, and I was just like, man, look at Aikman just on it. And he said, dude, he sees what Hurts was trying to do, but that was a very, very tiny window he was trying to fit the ball into.
It was. He was really rolling the dice. Yeah,
they were already in field goal range. They could have tied the game. They could have left there with the tie at least. So I'm sure Jalen Hurts wants that ball back, but what a defensive play, man. And watching Harbaugh with the goggles, whatever you want to call those spectacles.
Have you noticed how big? I got to make an observation about Jim Harbaugh. I said this out loud last night. I'm just throwing this out there. I noticed stuff. I'm kind of weird like this. Yes, I'm watching the game, but then when they show Harbaugh, Tony, I can't help but notice Harbaugh's ass. It's like it's too big for his body. Have you seen the size of Harbaugh's ass? It's gigantic, dude.
Yeah, it's great. It's nice.
It out there. Check out Harbaugh's ass next time you get. And I got no problem with Harbaugh. What's up, Coach? Good to see you. But I'm just saying the glutes, dude. He might be up for golden glutes next year, Escobar. You might be handing him the award. I'm just saying those glutes have been puffed up, Tony. Very big ass on Harbaugh.
He definitely has a good backyard, man. I definitely got.
He got jumped in the trunk, man. You know.
Yes, absolutely, and he's got those glasses too that he's rocking. I'm like, those are big spectacles. They kind of remind me.
Maybe Tony, he should use those glasses to see that he needs a new offensive line, because Justin Herbert is literally going to get killed out there one of these weeks. This kid, first of all, shout out to Justin Herbert's toughness, for real. Playing 7 days after a fractured hand surgery, and he's out there running around. Dude, I saw him stiff-arm somebody with the fractured hand last night because he ran a lot. Herbert tucked it in and was running all over the field, dude. Very reckless and no concern for his own health right there. He's trying to win a football game. But I will say, dude, he was sacked, Tony, 7 times last night, and I believe the total sack number on Herbert for the year, 45. Holmes. Good. He's been hit more than any other player in the NFL. Justin Herbert. It's insane.
It is insane, man. And I felt bad for Herbert. First of all, he's playing with like literally one arm and one hand, basically. Like even when he would get tackled, he'd go down with his left hand, kind of like
hold my hands up. I know.
Yeah.
I know. He's like,
yeah, what a tough. You want to talk about a tough. Nutter says it right there in the chat. A tough SOB. Tough SOB. You got to give it to Herbert, man. But yeah, that O-line is like, my goodness, dude. They're just
and Harbaugh knows better, dude. He knows better. I mean, everything is built on the offense. Like, look at the time Harbaugh had in San Francisco. That offensive line, Alex Boone and Davis. I mean, dude, we had a great offensive line here in San Francisco in front of Alex Smith and then Kaepernick for a little while. So I'm shocked that he has such a blue chip quarterback that he is just risking. I mean, this kid could get knocked out for the year anytime because guys are in the backfield all night long. Tony, 45 sacks. How do you respond?
That's insane. It's a sieve of an offensive line. You got to, at some point, you got to address that. I would think, you know, I don't know. I mean, they did make some good play calls down the stretch. That play action scripted run in the end of
kind of like the bootleg where he came back around the other way. That was a great play, great design play. He had tons of
that was the end of regulation. And dude, how about Dicker the kicker, man? Dude,
holy S, that guy's money. He's giving Eddie De Niro Pinheiro a run for his money in terms of coolness. That kid, he's like, what do you need, a 60-yarder? No problem. Bam, right down the middle. Yeah.
Did you hear? I think they said in the history of the NFL, the highest completion percentage, or not completion percentage, field goal percentage, made field goals, 94%. He's 94% made field goals. That's incredible. And he can kick the crap out of the ball. And he's a goofball, too. If you follow him on social media, he's a total goofball, too. So, again, the Chargers are a team that are fun to root for, too. I mean, I love Keenan Allen and Ladd. Dude, the Chargers won that game, and Ladd McConkey had one catch.
Right.
I mean, that
Keenan
guy
Allen was pretty quiet, too. He was pretty quiet last night, too. Keenan Allen.
But also that guy, Cooper DeJean, is the real deal, dude.
He's making plays all over the place.
That guy, he reminds me a lot of like a Ronnie Lott, like that just plays with reckless abandon and is all over the field, man. So I like watching that kid play too. And he locked down Ladd McConkey last night. So good game, sloppy, weird game too, though. Fumbles. That one play, dude, where there was an interception, then a fumble, and then a fumble, and that was crazy. But it was a fun game, and I went 1-1 on the weekend for hot and sour. That's
okay. So that means you are now. Let me see. So you were 10. Let me hold on. You were 10-14. So that means you're 11-15. And I had a sweep, dude. I went 2-0, so I'm 16-10 now, Tony. I'm pulling up. I'm pulling away. My numbers are starting to get beefed up. I'm just saying, forget about Vegas. Forget about all these services. I'm your guy right here. If you want to win some games, you watch our hot and sour picks on Friday. I'm just kidding, but I am on a roll lately. 16-10 feels pretty good. I'll take that, Tony. I'll take it.
That's great. Hell yeah, dude. That's fantastic. By the way, I wanted to compliment Beat LA. She sent Jessica sent Paulie and I a really wonderful email about her son. Maybe we can share it tomorrow night on the night flight. We'll do a mailbag tomorrow night on the night flight. But she just was just one of the nicest emails we've ever gotten. So thank you, Jessica. And also, Jessica, I apologize, but Master of Particles / Stud Nuts took it to Jessica and beat LA in fantasy football last night. So we're entering the fantasy football playoffs now, Paulie. And Master of Particles / Stud Nuts is, I think, in second place. So we're starting the playoffs, and it should be fun. I don't have the exact where's the league. Here we go. Yeah, we came in second place, dude. Tip of the cap to Bonnie, aka Scarlet Fire. She came in first place, 10-3. And then Mrs. Robot Centaur, Mrs. Centaur came in at third place at 9-5. Aaron Cass, the Octopuses at 9-5 and tied for third place. Fareed then came in at fourth with 8-6 record. Don Peralta 8-6. Folsom Steve 8-6. So Candlestick Kid 8-6. Wow, a lot of Escobar 8-6. So, anyways, fun season of fantasy football, and the playoffs get started this week.
You guys are on fire today. I'm having a great time listening to Tony, but watching the reactions. Arkansas Dave goes, "Hey, Stud Nuts, you're the silent partner in this whole thing." 100%. 100% silent part. I'm just staying back on the sidelines. I'm letting Tony do all the heavy lifting. I'm not really a fantasy guy. I've never been a fantasy guy. It's too much stress. It's too many headaches. It's too aggro. I like to kick back and enjoy football. I don't need the stress of oh my God, what did CMC do today? It's too much for me. But anyway, yeah, I'm a total silent partner. Also, yes, Beat LA, that was a wonderful email. Thank you so much. It was a very nice note you wrote us, and we love you. So thanks for the support. Tell your son we said what's up. And then also I want to shout out Low Steve. In fact, let's give Low Steve some love before Rod Brooks comes on. But I wanted to shout out Low Steve when we were talking about Juwan Jennings a few minutes ago. I looked over and Carlos nailed it. He goes, dude, Juwan Jennings is the modern day JJ Stokes.
Ooh,
pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, yeah, pretty much. JJ was a guy who, in my opinion, I got nothing against the guy, nothing against JJ Stokes, but I would say, Tony, he was an underachiever. You know what I mean? He had that massive physique, dude. He was a big dude. And then when you talk to him, he'd be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" He had that little voice and everything. He was like, the voice did not match the physique. But anyway, he was capable, kind of like Juwan. He was not a star, but he was capable. I don't think JJ ever made a Pro Bowl, did he? As far as I can remember, I don't think so.
I don't think so, dude. That's my whole point about this trash talk of Jennings. Dude, you're good. You're not some superstar. Just drives me.
By the way, Tony, I didn't expect this, buddy, but I touched a nerve with Stokes. The audience is going crazy right now. Robot Center, don't put shame on JJ Stokes. How about Big Al and Chino goes, Jennings way better than Stokes. Stokes is always a divisive figure, Tony. Even in our, when we first started hanging out, Stokes was a very divisive figure,
Dude, yes, absolutely, man. I don't know. I wasn't a big Stokes fan. I don't know. I wasn't anti-Stokes. I was kind of indifferent about Stokes.
And then as soon as Terrell Owens hit the scene, dude, he became the number one immediately as a rookie. It was okay, you got Rice, you got Owens, and Stokes is in the mix somewhere. But he was never the lead guy. He was never even the second guy in command.
Yes, Paulie, stand by.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Hey, we got Patrick Patton as a super. What's up, Patrick Patton? The creator of Particle Land, and also we got him. He was a winner of the Creativity Award for Polymax Particles. He says, "What's up, guys? I had fun on the party chat. Thanks for the award. I'm honored." So, dude, Patrick, thank you, dude. Come on, man. Thank you for what you've given the show, dude. Come on.
I remember the first night we showed Patrick's video he sent in, Welcome to Particle Land, with that little dude with his eyes swimming around, and he opens the door and walks in. I was like, oh my God, I've been to those places. I know what this is about. So anyway, Patrick, no, thank you, dude. Thank you. You're well worthy of being a PMP award winner. And we thank you very much for your creativity.
Hey, I'm gonna make a note to let's go to Particle Land tomorrow night during the night flight. Let's visit Particle Land. I just made a note. Okay.
Welcome to Particle Land.
Totally, dude.
Yes, you did that pretty well, Paulie. And also later in the show, I want to do a compare and contrast of Mrs. Doubtfire's glasses and Jim Harbaugh's glasses.
Well,
Okay?
that's the new thing now, Tony. I don't know if you know this, but I'm dead serious now. That the latest trend in eyewear are those clear frames because they look weird.
Okay.
Like there's no because most frames are like black or silver. Harbaugh was rocking the clear on clear. It's like the same color as the lens. So
Okay.
yeah,
Well, dude, exactly. And look at Doubtfire. Okay.
okay, bring them up.
Doubtfire. Let me see. You see? Are you getting Doubtfire? Yeah, there you go.
I got him. Yeah.
Doubtfire is clear on clear. So we'll do a compare and contrast later on the show if we even remember, but I'll make a note. But those spectacles were bothering me all night last night, and I'm not a fan.
I was more concerned with the size of his ass. That's just me personally. I couldn't take I'm not kidding. I told you, I noticed a lot of weird stuff, and I'm telling you, Harbaugh's rear end has grown exponentially. Check it out.
And he also hikes the khakis up.
Oh, dude,
Dude.
man, like up to the ribs, dude. They're up to the ribs. He's bent over with the goggles. And here's another thing.
Hey,
here's one more thing, Tony. Harbaugh's mouth is always open.
Yes.
He watches the game. He's like,
hey, can you do me a favor, Molly? Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
If I ever show up on your doorstep with my shirt tucked in and my pants that high,
the ribs. Yeah.
First of all, slap me. Give me a grease air slap, right?
Okay.
And then grab me by the waist and pull my pants down to where they should be. Okay.
Okay. I will follow through on those instructions if you should ever come with the pants hiked up to the ribs. Tony.
Brooksy's in the green room. So let's give love to Carlos De La Fuente, and then bring Brooksy on the show.
100%. Rod Brooks, stand by. We're coming your way in just a moment here, right after we talk about Carlos De La Fuente and the incredibly valuable services he offers at Flex Funding. Listen, this is the guy you can trust. A lot of you were hanging out with him on Friday night, and Carlos looked like such a gangster, dude, with the scarf, the freaking overcoat. He was in 49er college scheme. He looked fantastic. And as a lot of you know, Carlos is just a good dude. San Francisco native, 25 years of experience. When you are in a position like I'm in, Tony's in, we've got kids, they're going to school, private schools, and then colleges. Like, you got to sort through, like, how am I going to do this? And it's not easy, and it's scary, but it's a little bit less scary when you have a professional like Los D on your side helping to guide you through that. He's like the captain of the financial ship. He's got the wheel. We're just the guys swabbing the decks. You know what I mean? We're in the mess hall, like making the lunch. Let Carlos steer the ship. He's the captain of this whole operation. Whether it's a private money loan, which is easily something he can handle, or he's helped out a lot of our PMP community with mortgage help, like reverse mortgages, HELOC loans. That's a way you can draw money from your own mortgage. That's a home equity line of credit. And Carlos, again, is a guide. He's a captain. He's the captain of the ship. He can help get you to where you need to be, or help you set money aside that you're going to need for those private tuitions and college and all that kind of stuff. So talk to Carlos about your situation, because everybody has their own unique story. 925-250-4894. Stand by 1 second while I cough. Excuse me. Sorry about that, but he can help you with any of these stressful financial decisions that we all have to make and we all have to go through. When you deal with Carlos, Tony was talking about this the other day, how quickly he can get the job done. He can usually close a deal within 7 or 8 days, and that's pretty freaking good when it comes to dealing with a financial advisor. Carlos, he's very respectful of your time. And then this is something else too. Carlos is a stand-up guy. We talk about trusting him all the time because you can. He's not one of these guys that's going to be like, oh, I buried a hidden appraisal fee in your paperwork. Oh, I buried like a title fee in it. No. He's not going to give you any of that. No escrow, no appraisal, or no title fees attached or hidden in any way. I talked about the fast closings. All you need to do is get proactive and make the first move. 925-250-4894. Talk to Carlos about your situation, your family, your business, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to save for. Let him go to work for you, and you will see things start looking a whole lot better, Tony.
Well, yeah, and I also wanted to remind people that those of you who approached Los at the holiday frolic, the Pimpin' Ain't Easy holiday frolic last Friday, and talked about possible HELOCs in the new year, do not forget to give him a call or reach out an email, because get in touch with Los. You can do it even now just to start the conversation. 925-250-4894. Give him a call now or email him, carlos@myflexnow.com, to get the conversation started about the HELOC loans that you're thinking about in the new year. You guys mentioned it to him. That's why we had Los. Los is he travels to the shows to hang out and make connections, and that's what he's hoping to do, and that's what we hope you guys do as well. And then also, Paulie, I just want to know, Peter Cruz, I've talked about him on the show, working with Carlos De La Fuente. He just signed, he signed, I think, yesterday, and hopefully he closes by Friday with Carlos De La Fuente. So we got more activity, more action from the show with Carlos De La Fuente. So give him a call. He's one-stop shop. Hashtag one-stop shop. 925-250-4894. 925-250-4894. Or email Carlos at myflexnow.com.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Carlos. We love you, buddy. Great seeing you on Friday. Now we're going to open the door for one of our longest-standing friendships in the Bay Area, not just like professionally, but behind the scenes. Tony, myself, and Rod Brooks, we go way, way back. We've had a lot of adventures and misadventures, but we love talking to Rod about today. I want to talk to Rod about all kinds of stuff. Yes. So let's bring him in, Tony. Let's say hi to Rod Brooks. We haven't had him on in a while. Looking forward to seeing his face.
Brooksy.
Yeah, Brooksy. Yeah.
Fellas, what's happening? What's happening?
How we doing today, Brooksy? How you doing, man?
Doing great. Couple of things. I hate that I missed last Friday. I hate that I missed your Christmas holiday special show.
Yeah,
it's a deep cut if you're an Andrew Dice Clay fan. Really hate
no, dude. I'll sing for you. I don't care. I'll sing for you.
Let's go see the tree.
Brooksy. Merry, Merry. He does that Christmas song. Yeah. He goes, hey, Eddie Bugnet, swing for me.
Swing for me.
Yeah. Merry, Merry. No, anyway, go ahead, Brooksy. Yeah.
Here's what's great about friendship is when you connect with your tribe. And I've been great friends with you guys we're getting close on 30 years, and that is a blessing.
I don't know.
That's special. And to hear that my friends see the same thing I do, even after all these years, is special, because I thought it was just me who immediately notices Jim Harbaugh's childbearing hips.
Dude, me and you, Brooksy, I'm telling you, what's going on with his ass? He's got junk in the trunk, dude. That's the only way I can describe it. It's
dog.
Yeah,
he is hippie.
It's like his ass is too big for his body.
When he walks through a door, he has to go sideways.
Yeah.
I've never seen a man with hips like that. It's wild.
How about this, Brooksy? He's the Nicki Minaj of NFL head coaches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh my God. I thought it was just me, but nope, it's me and my friends.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, speaking of your friends, Brooksy, the PMP audience not wasting any time. Tony, show Brooksy the love. Beat LA is already jumping in, giving Rod some love here.
Sorry, I was busy looking at pictures of Harbaugh's ass. Hang on one
second. Find some. I'm gonna get in. Yeah, we'll find some.
Hang on. Oh, here we go. Rod, this is from one of our dear friends, Beat LA. She says, I love you, Brooksy, with 5 exclams, or maybe that's 6. I can't tell. But dude, thank you, Beat LA. Thank you so much. Rod, she's one of the greats, man. This is Jessica, also known as Beat LA.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, man, I'm always appreciative of the love from the PMP Army, and there would be no quality there would be no quality hangers without you guys and the PMP Army. So it's the same family, and I am greatly appreciative to be a part of that family. Literally, there would be no quality hang if it weren't for you guys.
Well, we love you, Brooksy, and I have a whole bunch of stuff today, and I want to kind of end probably with the college football playoff because I have a bunch of stuff I want to bounce off you. I have LSU questions, but I also want to talk to Brooksy, Tony, about the NFC and also about the goal. Well, let's start with the Warriors. Because first off, Rod, compliments, dude. I love you on the pre and post on NBC Sports Bay Area, dude. It's a nice fit, dude. You guys have a nice thing. You and Festus and everything. It's a good flow, and Bonte. So, first of all, compliments on your work there. But I got to dive right into the meat of this whole Warrior kind of discussion that's going on about Jonathan Kuminga. Mm-hmm. They have this nice road trip. Pat Spencer emerges as like this cold-blooded killer. I love that dude. But again, very little Jonathan Kuminga, especially in the clutch minutes in the second half. You just don't see him. Curry doesn't put him out there. So where is this whole thing going, Brooksy, in your mind with Kuminga? Is it a problem with Kerr and Kuminga like personality wise? Is it a play thing? Like, what's behind this whole thing?
It is a basketball thing. Jonathan Kuminga wants to play a certain way, and that certain way does not fit with how the Warriors want to play. And it's not just Steve Kerr. It's also mainly about Steph Curry. But even when Steph is not there, there's a certain way that they want him to play. So to answer your question, where it's going is to a trade, and that can't happen until January 15th. I know you have all heard that date because of the new contract extension that he signed. He cannot be moved until January 15th. But those wheels are already in motion. It's like a divorce. They tried to make a go of it at the beginning of the season, and they thought maybe that they had gotten to a point where Kuminga was understanding what his role needed to be, which is we need you to rebound, we need you to cut. You're the only guy that has freakish athleticism on that team that the opposition has to worry about. So we need you to cut, go to the basket, work around the basket. Jonathan Kuminga, he wants to dribble, he wants to look for driving. And this is not a criticism, because I understand why he wants to do that. Okay. He wants to get he wants to showcase. That doesn't make him a bad person at all. It doesn't make him a bad teammate at all. What it makes him is not a good fit for how the Warriors want him to play and how they need him to play. I'll give you one example. The game in Philly where the Warriors were mounting their comeback.
That was a great game. Even though they lost by 1 point, what a comeback, man.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
And DeAnthony Melton, that was his first game back. Okay. Now, DeAnthony Melton is there. He's the Warriors' best ball handler, putting Steph aside, but even Steph can throw the ball away. So when Melton's there, he's handling the ball. He's playing point guard. There was one trip down the floor where Jonathan Kuminga's at the top of the key, dribbling, looking for a driving lane. DeAnthony Melton is the one running down the lane. That should be flipped.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form, while Melton's on the court, especially, should DeAnthony Melton be going down the lane and Jonathan Kuminga dribbling the air out of the ball. This shouldn't happen. Jonathan Kuminga taking late or early mid-range jumpers, that does not need to happen. That does not serve the greater good of the Warrior offense. So I say all that to say that they thought that they had gotten somewhere at the beginning of the season where Kuminga was rebounding. He was doing enough of the right things offensively to where it was starting to work. Then there was some regression. Now with the fourth quarter minutes being completely and totally taken away from him, and then catching that hot DNP on Sunday against the Cavaliers, that tells you everything you need to know. It's DOA. And I don't know what the trade is, but a trade is coming. This relationship has run its course.
Do you
in my estimation?
Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, buddy.
I got it. This is totally unrelated to the Warriors, but stand by, Rod. Stand by, Paulie.
Oh yeah, it's business time.
Okay. Should we play the extended one for Rod?
Yes.
Real quick?
Yes.
Hang on, Rod.
Yes.
This is the extended one.
That's my favorite.
You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Yeah. All right, Rod.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's exactly what I like.
You.
Ooh. I love the ooh too. That's Flight of the Conchords, but we play that when we have business to handle. Rod, the supers are coming in, man, that we got to get to real quick before we carry on with the show. Patty from Napa, she's a super, and she says, "We missed you, Rod. Mikey have ways the wine we brought for you." I'm trying to understand what she's saying.
I think she's made sense that she brought wine for Brooksy and Mikey's holding it or something like that. I'm trying to translate that. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But Patty, thank you for the love. And, we all love you, Patty. Thank you. And so she's got a wine for you, Brooksy, next time she sees you, which may be at the Hot Monk in Sebastopol for the Freestone Peaches, December 27th, by the way, Rod. Noemi Catalina checking in. She says, "Brooksy, you were definitely missed on Friday." And Noemi's hot sauce, Rod, Lady Catalina's hot sauce, you need to get down on.
Yes.
Incredible hot sauce. She's even got me eating cranberries, man, and I don't eat cranberries. That's a whole side topic. And then we don't need no stinking badges. Says, shout out to Rod for surviving Rick Barry for all that time. I loved listening and missed you. That's awesome, Greg. Man, there's Rod. We've got some stories back in those days with Rick Barry, dude.
So they celebrated the 1975 team
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I was doing pre and post that night, and they brought Rick and a couple other guys from the team in to the gatehouse where we do the shows from, and that's the first time I'd seen Rick in I don't know how many years, but it's been a long time. So obviously I got nothing against Rick, whatever.
Mhm.
So I go up to shake his hand, say hi to him, and you do you know when you're talking to somebody and you realize they have no idea
Oh,
who you are? They don't know you. They're being polite, but they don't know
Yes.
you.
yeah.
Yes.
Rick had no idea who I was.
Oh,
Man.
None idea.
Like,
And
yeah,
I was
we
okay.
can do a
I was
show.
okay with that.
yeah. 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 Totally. I got it, man.
Hey, can I answer the come on, people?
Come on, people. This is crazy.
This is crazy. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is crazy.
I was hoping he would get on the mic, but they were smart enough to not let him address 18,000 people as he did when they were booing Joe Lacob. But unfortunately, they did give him a mic, and he just went thermonuclear on my man Kalina Azubuike.
Dude. And by the way, I
Oh, my
remember Rod. I remember this. I produced that show for a minute, and I'll never forget. We went to commercial break because Rick was doing the show from his house in Colorado Springs, and he'd be like, "Hey Tony, how long is this break?" I'm like,
Oh, he's
"I
like
don't
in
know."
the shower or something,
Dude,
right?
Like, it was like a 4.5 minute break. I go, 4.5, and he goes, "Okay, great. I'll be right back." And then you can hear him turn on the shower water. He went and took a shower, and then he came back and did the segment in like a towel.
Yeah.
And
No,
he's
that's-
telling it, dude. And
yeah.
Rod's like, "Where's Rick? Where's Rick?" And I'm like, "Dude, he's in the shower."
He's not warming up. Yeah. Yeah. You know?
Okay. All right, dude. Respect, man. Oh, by the way, we have one more super. Hang on. This is Dom Peralta, Dom, the machine, the man. He says, "Quality particles for life. We need a Rod and Friends concert soon. Keep rocking, Rod." With a couple
I'll tell you what I can do on that one, Dom, and thank you. Brooksy, write this date down. Write down the date, March 20th. We just booked another gig, a Paulie Mack and Friends gig. This is going to be at the Brisbane Inn. It's like 10 minutes south of San Francisco, right off 101. Played there about a month ago, had a great time. And I want you to sit in, Brooksy. I want you to sit on some percussion. So write down March 20th. As long as you're not traveling or you can make the gig, come on down and we'll mix it up, dude. Tony sat in last time. We had a lot of fun. Wasn't that a fun gig, T?
This is
At
great.
the Brisbane Inn? Yeah.
It was a blast. It was a blast. And shout
Absolutely.
out to shout out to
And I'll
Brisbane.
send you songs, Brooksy. We'll have time. We'll jam. We got plenty of time
Yes, sir.
before March, but that literally just got booked a couple of nights ago. So March 20th, Paulie Mack and Friends, Brisbane Inn. Rod Brooks hopefully will be one of those friends. Creative Tony too. You come on by and play. All three of us. We'll get it going.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely March 20th. But I want to ask Brooksy something because Brooksy bleeds Bayou purple and gold.
Go Tigers.
Oh, we need to talk about this. Yeah, totally.
So, Rod, I was going to text him like, you know what? Let's get him on the show and get his reaction on the air. So we haven't talked before this. I just need to know, what are your thoughts? What is your reaction to having the Lane Kiffin era about to begin in Baton Rouge?
I am happy that I am a fan of a team that is, for better or for worse, serious about its college football.
Yes.
There are a lot of programs that ain't about that life.
Mm-hmm.
My squad happens to be the opposite, where they're just a little too into it, and I'm okay. And being so into it to where, I mean, they
Dude, the governor's involved. Like the governor's
he's too involved. He didn't even go to LSU.
Right.
But they didn't steal Lane Kiffin, but they engaged in some activity that could be looked at as less than stellar, if I can put it that way. Lane Kiffin can coach, man. He can coach.
Yep.
But just like Brian Kelly, nobody likes him.
Right.
So,
Right.
But he understands the culture. He understands the region, which is very important. So I'm all about it in terms of winning football games. I'm perfectly fine with Lane Kiffin, but I also harbor no illusions that this is going to be Lane Kiffin's stop, because he is Lane Kiffin. He's going to make one of two moves. and but maybe it's going to be in the next 10 years after LSU, goes to a couple of SEC championship games, gets to a handful of college football playoffs, and hopefully wins a national championship or two. He's going to make one or two moves. He's going to try to make a move to go to Alabama, or he's going to try to make a move to get back into the NFL. And I have to be okay with that, because that's how the game works, and that's how Lane Kiffin specifically works. But ripping Lane Kiffin away from Ole Piss, from the University of Mississippi, just putting on my hater hat.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you, don't it?
Yeah.
But it always sucks to be Ole Miss, because they're Ole Miss.
And by the way, dude, circle the second to last weekend of the season next year, 2026, LSU at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's second to last game of the season.
It's always been a rivalry game, but we, LSU, we pay more attention to Alabama than we do Ole Miss, even though obviously the two states border each other. Now that Ole Miss LSU rivalry, now it's hot once again. But listen, Lane Kiffin's getting what, $12-13 million?
Oh yeah.
You can call me everything but a child of God for $13 million.
Dude, call him Lance, right?
Like Al Davis did. Yeah. Al Davis called him Lance. Lance, come on up here, meet the people. Yeah, that was tough, dude. That's in the days when you would see Al Davis and you'd be like, damn, it's unfortunate. What's happened to Big Al, calling him Lance. Brooksy,
real quick. We had Amy Trask on a couple weeks ago, Brooksy.
Oh, yeah.
She went out of her way to make sure that we told you that she says hello.
Oh, yeah.
Sends you love and big hugs. So just doing that formally.
Isn't she the most wonderful person on the planet?
The best.
Yeah.
By the way, the Pro Football Hall of Fame not voting her in is a huge misstep. Like, I can't believe that they I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's like, you guys, you have no idea how bad this makes you look to keep Amy Trask like as a semifinalist, and then like, nope, you can't come in. It's like,
I'm consistent across the board when it comes to halls of fame.
Yeah.
That I don't need a museum, because that's what they are, to tell me that I witnessed greatness. I understand why they are important to the individuals and their families, but I don't need the Pro Football Hall of Fame to tell me that Amy Trask is a groundbreaking figure in the entire, 82-year history of the NFL. I didn't need the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to tell me that Rush is one of the greatest bands in the history of popular music. I don't need a Hall of Fame to tell me that Barry Bonds is one of the greatest to ever do his job. I understand why it's important to the individuals. Me as a fan, I don't give a I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't need a Hall of Fame to validate the greatness that I saw.
Well, you don't need the Hall of Fame to tell you that Bonds and Kent were both a couple of pricks too.
No, don't need that at all.
No, we all experienced that firsthand. We know all about it.
Oh, hold on, Paulie.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I've been trying to ask Brooksy a question for like 5 minutes. I know. Tony keeps cutting me off. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Patty from Napa said she's another super. She says she didn't have glasses on. She says Mikey gave it away. And then she followed up and says, trying this one more time. We missed you, Rod. Mikey, her better half, gave your wine away.
That's Mikey.
So that's Mikey. So she's gonna have some wine for you at some point, Paulie. And then Escobar Cheeks the third, who won our Golden Glutes Award at the Holiday Frolic last week.
He did.
He says, Rod, Fitz and Brooks University, class of '99. You were missed. I look forward to taking the stage with you. Either play percussion or he'll beatbox.
Yeah, he did. He was beatboxing on Friday. Escobar. Yeah.
There's not going to be any or. You will be beatboxing.
100%.
Somebody offers to beatbox, you let them beatbox.
100%.
The Constitution.
100%. All right, now I'm going back to Brooksy now because I want to stay on college football for a second.
Yes.
So I guess the other big thing, I do want to ask you about Alabama, Oklahoma, but before I go there, how do you view this whole, because people are flipping out about this Notre Dame thing. Notre Dame to me, all Notre Dame means to me is Joe Montana and Bryant Young. So I'm not like you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like a fighting Irish guy. I don't love them. I don't hate them. They're there. But like, how do you feel about the way they kind of withdrew their participation after being invited to a bowl game?
It's a sucker move.
Yeah.
It's a sucker move. They didn't get what they wanted, and they decided to bounce out. And to me, it tells you everything you need to know about the University of Notre Dame. They ain't special no more. And they operate under the delusion, he tried to say, that they are still special. Yeah, there's a lot of people who cape for Notre Dame, but this ain't 1985 no
Right.
more.
Right.
And you don't get in on the strength of, we played 12 games, only 2 of them were against competition that was worth a damn in Miami and Texas A&M. They lost both of those games, albeit at the beginning of the season, and then they ripped off 10 games in a row. Here's the problem with the 10 games in a row they ripped off. They played Purdue, garbage. Nobody should ever willingly play Purdue. You only play Purdue if you have to play Purdue, and you're in the Big Ten and they're on the schedule. They played Arkansas. Arkansas stinks. One of the worst teams in the SEC. They beat Boise State, North Carolina State, what's left of USC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford. Yeah, you won 10 games in a row, but you played a crap schedule. Here's the problem for Notre Dame, right? They need to join a conference.
Yeah.
You want to stay independent. You want to keep all the money from NBC, which you're well within your right to do. But without the protection of a conference, which is in essence a scheduling conglomerate, without the protection of a conference, which Miami has, even if it's the goofy ass ACC, with the protection of a conference, you have a better chance of getting in the college football playoff. Notre Dame tries to do this half-ass. We'll play 5 ACC games, but we won't be part of the conference.
Yeah.
Well, when it came down to it, they lost in 2 factors. The ACC was not going to go to bat for a half in Notre Dame, more so than go to bat for a Miami team that is actually in the conference. And if they make the college football playoff, which they did, the ACC shares in the revenue. And also, you played Miami and you lost to Miami.
There you go.
Full stop.
Yeah.
So they can do all the crying, all the Notre Dame persecution complex bull. You know, their AD is continuing to go in the media round talking about how they were slighted and how they felt threatened by the ACC's social media account. If they don't get out of here with all this nonsense whining, you don't want to play in the bowl game, ain't nobody gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah. That's just a pretty unanimous kind of like that take right there has been pretty much what I've heard time and time again since this happened. Like, it's just a bad look for Notre Dame. And if you want to be one of the big boys, don't be acting like this. Don't be like,
join conference. Join ACC, join the Big Ten, join the SEC, join the conference. And even if you get to a conference championship game and you have a representative schedule, which Alabama did, or if you get to this conference championship game and you only have 2 losses, you could sustain a loss in that conference championship game like Alabama did and still possibly get in based on the strength of your schedule and based on the fact that you were in a conference championship game. It really is that simple.
That's it.
Well,
that's all.
That's why Bama's getting the nod, because they have 3 losses and lost to Georgia by 21 points, but they have better, more difficult schedule.
But they beat Georgia in Athens, and that was the beginning. And listen, I don't give a damn about the University of Alabama. I want Alabama to go down in flames. Yeah. But they beat Georgia in Athens and then went on a streak of winning, I believe, 4 or 5 games in a row against top 25 teams. Notre Dame didn't do any of that. Notre Dame thought that they had gamed the system by only playing 2 teams worth a damn and then having the rest of the schedule being just being basically filler. No, you didn't game the system. The system worked the way it should, and because it worked against you, now you want to cry.
So I like this game coming up for Alabama. It's Bama, Oklahoma. I like the quarterback for Oklahoma, this Mateer kid. I just like him. I like the way he plays. I like his whole vibe. But in your mind, Brooksy, can Oklahoma beat them twice? Because they went down to Alabama and beat them, but I'm not sure they can do it again. Like, how do you view that game right there?
They can beat them twice. It's going to be one of the on-campus playoff games, and they're playing in Norman. That's worth something. It's probably going to be cold. Not probably. It will be cold. Yeah. Oklahoma's defense is really, 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 really good. Oklahoma's offense, not very good. The problem with Alabama right now is they can't run the ball, and I don't know if they're getting Jam Miller back in time. But even when he is playing, Alabama is not running the ball like we've gotten used to with Alabama, and their quarterback Ty Simpson has absolutely regressed over the course of this season. So if I had to pick one right now, I'd pick Oklahoma to beat Alabama again. Alabama is just the, they're not what they used to be,
No,
and it is
no.
shocking to see them not be able to run the ball effectively.
Yeah, great call, dude. Great call. Yes, Tony.
On that note of beating a team twice, I was so happy for Indiana to beat Ohio State, but my instant thought, Rod, was if they happen to meet again in the championship, can Indiana beat Ohio State a second time?
Great
in 2
question.
weeks? You know,
Listen, I'm a college football snob. All right. Okay. I'll be the first one to admit it. I was very dismissive of what Indiana did last year. And listen, the Big Ten, they're once you get past Ohio State and I guess now Indiana and Michigan to a lesser extent, and then definitely to a lesser extent, Penn State, Big Ten is not good. It's not good at all from top to bottom. Just the depth isn't there. And I thought last year wrongly that Indiana benefited from a weak Big Ten schedule.
Right.
And now their schedule this year, again, not all that great, but just watching that team, it's like a college football. The real teams are built at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
And they got a good offensive line in Indiana, obviously a good quarterback in Mendoza they protect for, but their defensive line, their defensive front at Indiana is one of the best in the country. It looks like almost an SEC front. And I give them credit for playing a big boy style of football. So I say all that to say this. If they ran into Ohio State again, Ohio State's going to have something for them, but I would not count Indiana out by any stretch of the imagination. They are well coached. They are built well.
Yeah.
They're built to last as long as they continue to invest in their football program, and I don't see why they wouldn't.
I kept thinking.
Sorry. Go ahead, Paulie.
You go, T. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say Ohio State, if Georgia wins their first game, which I'm sure they will, they got to get past Georgia too, right? If like,
listen, you want to talk about defenses.
Right.
Georgia, man, pads was popping.
Yeah.
In the SEC championship game against Alabama. That Georgia defense, they were young to start. They are much, much better. I mean, Georgia's the squad you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
And just for the record, probably I'll let you have it back in a second, but just for the record, thank God that this playoff bracket exists now. Like I am very excited for all of these games. Literally,
people who hate it because Notre Dame didn't get in, or because BYU didn't, and they shouldn't have gotten in, or Texas or Vanderbilt. They don't. Do you not remember the old days? Do you not remember how stupid it was to have the Associated Press and the UPI poll determine who was the champion? And I know people get like, well, you should go back to the BCS where computer decide. No, man, it might be flawed, but at least we have human beings crafting a field so human beings can go out on the field and prove who's better, who's best. It ain't perfect, but to me, it's far superior than what we've had for the entirety of college football. Let's say
March Madness has the same arguments every year too. I mean, there's always teams that are upset they didn't make it in or whatever. So it's the same thing. You're never going to please everybody. It's like life, man. You're never going to please everybody.
No.
You know?
But I like what Rod said too. It's better when there are actual human beings with heartbeats like involved in making these decisions, rational conversation, stuff like that. Hey, Brooksy, we'll let you go in a couple of minutes, but before we do, just a couple of words on the NFL, pro football. Watching Philly lose last night, the way they lost. No, dude, it's crazy. You know, I've been trying to get my hands around the NFC for weeks now because I was convinced. See, and I get a lesson in humility every week because I was really starting to believe that the Bears might be getting ready to do something special. And then they go to Lambeau and looked. Now, they didn't look terrible, but they looked pretty futile offensively. They couldn't really do much of anything against the Packer defense. So the Bears came down to earth. Philly has been crashing down to earth for weeks now. The Lions, they're inconsistent. Suddenly you start thinking, are the Niners like maybe quietly poised to make a run? Like I heard Richard Sherman say that the other day. He was like, no one's talking about the Niners, but this is a team that is capable of doing some damage. So I'm just want your view of the NFC, Brooksy, considering what I said about the Lions, the Bears, Philly. I expect the Rams to be in the mix. They are a pretty good football team.
And Seattle.
Right. It's all NFC West. But how do you factor in, like, where do you see the Niners in the landscape right now?
With the exception of whoever wins the NFC South, whether that's Tampa or Carolina, the other 6 teams, to me, you could throw a blanket all over them, or you could throw them all in a barrel, pull it out, and be like, yeah, I could see them winning. To me, the Rams are the most complete team.
Yeah.
The Seahawks are just as complete. I ding them a little bit because even though he had a get-right game last week, Sam Darnold has regressed.
Yep.
But when he's right, that's a really, really good Seattle outfit. And not to make this sound like a college football selection show, but that win the Niners got against the Seahawks in week 1, even though that was a long, long, long time ago, that's a really, really good win because that Seattle defense, brother, that defensive line, Leonard Williams is going to live in your backfield.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out how to make it a less destructive proposition over the course of a 3-hour football game. But Seattle is really, really good. The Bears and the Packers, I'll stick with the Bears here since the Niners have them coming up. The Bears offensive line and run game is really, really good. And that actually kind of scares me for this Bears-Niner game coming up because one of the flaws I see for the Niners until proven otherwise is their run defense.
Yeah.
And it's gonna get a bit of a test on Sunday with Tony Pollard coming in with the Titans, because he put up almost $150 on the Cleveland Browns defense, run defense particularly, that is really, really, really good. So the Niners run defense, seeing this Bears offensive line and run game, I think is going to be an interesting test. Bears have a really good defense, but their problem is similar to the problem that the Eagles have. Gleefully, the Eagles have this problem, is quarterback play, or really passing game play. Caleb Williams will make spectacular plays, and then he will miss obvious ones.
Yeah.
Think about the interception in the end zone to end the Bears-Packers game.
Yeah.
There was a dude 5 yards in front of him. Just hit that simple check down, but he tried to go for the home run ball. I really do think, not just in the NFC West, but in all of the NFC, and not to be so reductive as to make it about quarterbacks, because we get really goofy with that with football discourse. It's more than quarterbacks, but I do think in this instance this works. Whatever quarterback plays the best is gonna be the guy that's on the team that has the most success from now going forward. And I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about Brock Purdy, Darnold, Stafford, Love,
Goff,
Goff, Jalen Hurts. I'll throw Bryce Young in there. I'll throw Baker Mayfield in there. And I say that because not only is quarterback play important, but because of the defenses all of these guys are going to see. It's a good Bears defense. It's a good Packers defense. Haven't even talked about them. That Eagles defense is still really, really, really good. The Niners, faults and all, injuries and all, which leads to their faults, I believe. The Niners defense is really, really, really good. The NFC is a gauntlet, mainly due, in my estimation, to the defenses. So whatever quarterback is able to navigate those choppy defensive waters, to me, that's the squad that's going to end up standing on top when it's all over.
Hey, Brooksy, talking about all of this defense, we got to go to the AFC and talk about your Houston freaking Texans.
Oh, dude, I love
them boys.
I freaking love these guys. I love them.
First of all, Paulie and I were very happy, and I'm sure you were too, of course, about the win at Arrowhead last weekend. But Will Anderson, dude, Henry To'oTo'o, I mean, these guys
they come to play, man. They don't care.
They are laying. You talked about laying hat in the college ranks, dude. Last Sunday was some of the most physical football I've seen all season, dude. And by the way, side note, Paul, Rod, the PMP Familia made us a Patrick Mahomes pinata.
I saw
that they brought to the party.
I saw that. Of course, a Christmas pinata. It all makes sense.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Perfect. Yeah.
But also, Al-Shire, by the way, I miss Aziz Al-Shire, by the way.
He could have taken Mahomes' head off, but he kind of grazed him. He kind of missed the full-on hit. But for a second there, I was like, oh, Aziz is going to lay him out. And he just kind of missed him. Yeah.
Hey, but the Texans, dude, they've won 5 straight. They got the Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Colts left on their schedule, man. They've got a good path for themselves coming up, too. So I'm excited for the Texans. I mean, D'Amico Ryans, how could you not love D'Amico Ryans and his Niner roots as well, too?
You could argue, Tony, that they're the hot. You could really make an argument they're one of the hottest teams in football, if not the hottest, because they started 0-3, and since then they're 8-2. Yeah. This team is rolling right now.
I mean, obviously, being a kid from H-Town, I love the way they play defense. Yeah. And the only way I can describe it is that the Texans, they stuff an opposing offense in a burlap sack, and then they just take turns beating the sack and kicking it until the clock reads triple zeros. Yeah, I was being a wise guy. I said this on Twitter, that Sunday night is the night the Texans became America's team. Nice. Everybody in the country wanted to see the Texans just have the Chiefs bleed out on national television, and that's exactly what happened. So the Chiefs cannot win the division. They are mathematically eliminated from that. So that's either going to be the Chargers or the Broncos. And talking about defenses, that Broncos defense is really good. And we all want to see the Chiefs dead, but until that casket is closed, that casket has been lowered into the ground. Yeah, cement has been poured onto that casket, and then we put dirt on the cement that was poured on the casket, and we wait around to make sure that they're not on some zombie shit. The Chiefs are not dead yet. All of that being said, the Texans were the perfect team to show you can't be scared of them dudes.
Right.
You can't. Listen, as much as there is to dislike about Patrick Mahomes, people don't realize how big, how strong, how fast he is, to go along with how annoying he is and how he has used the NFL referees to sort of cloak him in a suit of armor. But once you get past all that nonsense and it's just line up and play football and you ain't scared of those dudes, you can make them bleed. And that's what the Texans did Sunday night.
Well, here you go, Brooksy, real quick. There's just wanted to show you the piano in case you hadn't seen it.
I saw that. No, I saw the picture of it.
There you go. There's
so accurate with the hair.
Dude, they did the hair, they did the whole thing. I know.
And Rob, the eyes are not looking straight ahead; they're looking to the side. That's just
looking at the ref. Where's the call?
Brooksy, I'm not kidding. I swear to God, this is true. The guys that made this for us are from Santa Cruz, and they filled the piñata with chocolates, little bottles of whiskey, and assorted bags of herbal delish. I'm not kidding.
It was an adult piñata.
Yeah. So when we hit the piñata and this thing opened up, dude, there were bags of grass falling on the ground. We're like, oh, I look over, I see Tony's putting a baggie in his pocket. I was like, dude, this is getting crazy out here. So yeah, no, it was a really fun piñata, dude, filled with all kinds of adult unmentionables. Yeah.
From the days of back at watching Half Baked in my apartment, Brooksy, to here we are now.
Hey, Tony, let's do this. Let's give Rod one final super, and then we can let Rod get going. And we appreciate the time today, Brooksy. But you're going to like this. This is a good question. Throw up badges for Brooksy. Let him see this one.
Also, too, Paulie, real quick, we have Mark Graves too. He says, "Didn't Rod climb the foul pole while Pac Bell was being built?" So,
it wasn't the foul pole. It was a construction crane.
Oh,
okay.
That was like, 200 feet above the earth, above terra firma. And once you got up to a certain point, like above the ballpark that it hadn't been filled in yet, but once you got above it, the wind took it and would just start to wave it. And it was easily the stupidest thing I've ever done.
I don't like the sound of that. Yeah.
Also, Brooksy, you'll see when you come meet us at Standard Deviant, our new favorite brewery in San Francisco. It's a beautiful tap room right by Long Bridge Pizza. That's where we had the holiday frolic. One of the guys who I think he's like head of, he's the scientist that makes all the beer. He drives a Suzuki Samurai. Dude.
Shut up. How do you even find parts for that bad boy?
Great question. Dude. Yeah. You might as well buy a new car.
If you might as well be a Model T in today's age.
Dude, I took a picture of it, Rod, for you. I'll send it to you, man. It's beautiful. Although it doesn't have a beautiful LSU sticker on the bumper like yours did.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
Yeah. And then final super, thank you, Greg. This is Greg, also known as We Don't Need No Stinking Badges. He says, I'd forgotten Rod was a skier or a snowboarder. Look at
a good
all those terrain maps. Got me jonesing to ride.
Oh
Go
man,
Brooksy.
can we pray for snow? It is bare up in Tahoe right now. Whew.
Come on, bring it. Some of the most fun, I've worked with Rod for almost 30 years, and some of the most fun I've ever had with Rod
Oh
is
my gosh.
going down the mountain on a snowboard with Rod. I mean,
We have to do it this winter, man. We've been
Yeah.
flapping our gums about it. We have to hit the mountain at some point this winter.
I know we're damn good at meeting up in the summertime at the beach.
I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When there's no snow available, we just look at heavenly and go, we should go there this year.
Yeah, see all those runs? We used to crush those runs. Yeah. But yes, Brooksy, we'll get you down the mountain. Hell yeah. So snowboarder is the answer, Sneaking Badges. He's a boarder.
Yeah.
Man, I'll never forget you learning God, Rod. Man, that was 97, 98, getting on.
Wow.
Time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, long time. Good times, though. Good times for sure.
Oh, the best, man. The best. And Brooksy, we love you, buddy. Thank you for the time as always.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely do this again, like in the playoffs and stuff like that. But we'll see you before the holidays for sure. Keep up the great work on NBC, dude. Seriously, you're great on basketball. I love you doing the Warrior stuff. It's nice.
Listen, guys. Anytime, no doubt. And can I promote a couple of things?
Hell yeah.
49ers Now on YouTube. We do it live every Monday and Friday at 2:00. So check that out. And also want to pump up a podcast I'm doing with Dante Whitner and Patrick Willis.
Dude,
I know, right? It's called The Grit Code. We do it every week. Easy to find, The Grit Code, on all of the socials and on YouTube. Dante Whitner, Patrick Willis. I'm talking football with Dante Whitner, a football expert in the league. 11, 13 years, handful of Pro Bowls, and I'm talking football with a guy in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
not just 49er great, one of the greats of all time, Patrick Willis. I can't believe I'm doing it either, but we've been doing it all football season long. So definitely check that out.
Hey, Brooksy, no question. I definitely will check that out. I look forward to hearing that. The Grit Code with Willis, Dante, and Brooksy. Dude, check this out, Brooksy. I'll let you go right after this, but I did an event last year where it was a Dwight Clark ALS fundraiser, and Patrick Willis was there. And when they were serving dinner, I just lucked out, and Patrick Willis was sitting next to me at dinner, and we started talking. You know what he told me, dude? You got to bounce this off him and let him speak to this. He told me in the middle of dinner last year, he's like, a lot of people don't know this, but when I was a kid, I was always hoping the Dallas Cowboys drafted me.
And I was a Cowboys fan. Yeah.
Do you know about that? Yeah, I didn't know about this. I'm like, oh, dude, what? And he goes, yeah, no, I love the Cowboys, man. He's like, I'm very proud of my 49er years, but I always hoped it would be Dallas that drafted me. That kind of rearranged my DNA when he said that. So, okay, I didn't know you already knew that.
Yeah, but that's a function of Pat's from Tennessee.
Yeah,
where there was no pro football, but there's really still no pro football in Tennessee, even though the Titans are there. But there's no pro football in Tennessee, and growing up in the late '80s, early '90s, back when the Cowboys were actually winning stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, he fell victim to that Cowboys propaganda. Yeah. But yeah, Pat is not. I shouldn't say he's a Cowboys fan, but he doesn't hate them as much as I and many others do. It is kind of a trip to be like, yo, man, no, you're supposed to hate him. And Pat's like, not that.
Yeah, no, it was funny, dude. I never knew that, man. All right, Brooksy. Well, listen, dude, happy holidays to you. I'll definitely check out the new show, and have a good one, Brooksy. We'll talk soon, bro.
I love you guys. All my best to your families and to the PMP Army and the Quality Hang gang. I love you guys just as much. And like I said, there would be no Quality Hang if not for Polymax Particles, and I'm forever grateful for that.
Love to you, Brooksy. Cheers, man.
See you guys.
Rod. Take care, brother. Happy holidays, brother.
Yeah, that's Brooksy doing his thing, man. It's just always great having Rod on because, Tony, you and I do so much jackassery on the program, as I like to say, jackassery. Yes. It's nice to get like a pro on, you know what I mean? Like a polished broadcaster. We can ask him any number of questions, and he's always got great answers and great info.
What I love about Rod, though? He is purely capable of the same jackassery as well. So he's
we demonstrated that by quoting Dice at the beginning. Swing for me, Eddie Bugnett. Remember when we used to, dude, Dice, Tony, Brooksy, and myself, and Darren Chan, engineer of the San Francisco Giants, just throwing that out there. We used to go over to Tony's house to have some afternoon, we'll just call them sessions, and we would sit there with the new Andrew Dice Clay comedy album on, just sitting on couches howling. And Brooksy and I were anyway. So yeah, no, Brooksy likes to have a good time. There's no question.
Oh God, yeah. That's Darren brought his friend Jeff's. Remember Jeff's? Darren brought his friend Jeff's to the party.
I miss Jeff's. I wonder how that's Jeff's plural, you guys. Jeff's plural. Yeah, yeah. I also remember, dude, that place Tony had a place on 25th Avenue right off of Geary. Yeah. That was like, it was a sitcom in there, dude. We'd be sitting in there. There would be a guy like crawling through the window, and Tony's like, no, it's just my landlord. Don't worry about him. Wasn't there like a couple of women living next door too? A couple of ladies like in their 30s, which to us at the time, that we like older women. We're like, oh, Tony's got 30-something neighbors. They're ladies and everything. But yeah, those are the fun days, dude. Those are really fun days.
Oh, those were incredible days, man. Back in the day, that's when we had the pillow, the Ziploc bag that we called the pillow. And we went to Trader Sam's all the time and went to Tommy's Mexican all the time.
And the truth of the matter is, the reason we say high noon on the PMP show, the reason we're broadcasting at high noon, that actually started at Creative Tony's old place. We would say, hey, we're going to meet up at Tony's for high noon. And then the hijinks would ensue, literally. But we took that from the old days. We took high noon, the term, and we applied it to our new show. So
incredible. So all the things we got away with back then, man.
I got to tell you a funny story. I never told you this, but I don't think I ever told you this. I was too embarrassed, but I'll tell you right now. So way back in the day when we were having the high noon sessions at Tony's place, I'll just say my partner at that time, I remember this, she was like, where are you going? And I go, well, I'm going over to Creative Tony's. He's having a high noon session. And she was like, well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to Creative Tony's for high noon, she didn't really endorse the whole maneuver, to be honest with you. And she was like, well, you're not driving the car if you're going over to Creative Tony's. She's like, you need to take the bus. So she made me actually get on Muni, dude, for a high noon session. She wouldn't want me to have the car keys. I'm not kidding. I never told you that. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, true story. True story. Yeah. Well, you're not. She's like, you're not driving the car. I'm like, oh, come on, man. I've been driving. I've been doing it for years. Don't even worry.
And also, just a reminder to everybody watching that this is like when cell phones were in their freaking, beginning stage, number one, and there were no Ubers, no Lyfts. And
no such thing. Nothing.
Yeah. So this is like 98, 99. We're talking about.
I had to drag my sorry ass onto the 5 Fulton to get out to see Creative Tony. True story. True story. I never told you that. Yeah,
man. That makes me respect your attendance even more, dude.
I wasn't going to be denied. I'm like, I'm not missing a session. I'll take the bus if that's what it comes to. I don't care. I'll do it.
Well, hey, dude, so you took the Mooney, and hat tip to Hop on Muni, the IPA at Standard Deviant, by the way. They're homage to the Muni bus lines.
Hey, and like the Grateful Dead say in the other one, Tony, the bus came by and I got on. That's when it all began. Yeah. 100%.
Also, Jerry Garcia wants to check in.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
That's
simple life. It makes so much sense when Jerry's dropping science like that. An uncluttered life. I was telling Tony he's got so much clutter. Like his hip hop name should be King Clutter. You know what I mean? MC Clutter. Yeah, yeah.
I went and watched it back yesterday. Our talking about our clutter was making me laugh again yesterday. That was good stuff. Hey, before we leave, Paulie, before we say,
and we still got to give Young Dental some love too.
Give Dr. Young Dental, but also can we just give Macklin Celebrini a little bit of love too, because of what is going on in that kid's life, 19 years old, and what he's doing on the ice, dude. I mean, you're more the hockey guy than I am, but like this guy,
he's special.
Outrageous.
Yeah, he's special, and I'm glad the Sharks have a budding superstar like that, because if they play this right, and I assume that they will, this guy's going to have a very, very long career right here in the Bay Area. Like if the Sharks are smart, they'll lock him up long term, because you're right, he's a special talent. He's on pace right now to, if he keeps scoring and amassing points, because in hockey, when you get a goal, you get a point. When you have an assist, you get a point as well. And he's on pace for over 100 assists and over 40 goals if he keeps that up. And hitting 40 goals or scoring 40 goals in hockey, essentially like hitting 40 home runs in baseball. It's a big deal. 40 is a lot of goals. So, and they're in Philly today, I believe. They can say hi to Kate Scott. And but no, it's great. It's great that the Sharks have a young superstar. It's been a minute. So I guess Logan Couture was that kind of player.
I love Pavelski too. He was it's really nice to see him, and knowing that hopefully that he's going to be a Shark for your career, dude. Come on, lock him up.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
Lock
I'm
him
saying.
up. And 3 hat tricks already in his young career too. And just what a stud, man. So happy to have him in the teal. Feel the teal, Paulie. Totally unrelated, but Dom just sent this to me, and this was Rising Wolf's idea. I'm going to show it on my phone. This is a new slogan. This is Rising Wolf's idea, but there's a T-shirt in the works.
A simple, uncluttered life. Holy cow, dude! Yes.
Look at that. Is that great? PMP 26. A simple, uncluttered life.
And that came from who, Tony?
Rising Wolf's idea, and then Dom put it to work. Of course, Dom.
Rising Wolf. I really enjoyed meeting Rising Wolf at the party the other night. Big dude, big beefy guy, man. We'll put him on the offensive line with Carlos De La Fuente, Carlos's friend Herman. By the way, shout out Herman, bro. Yeah. I don't meet enough Hermans anymore. I need more Hermans in my life. Anyway, a lot of bulk and a lot of beef at the holiday party, and Rising Wolf is definitely one of those guys. Hey, Tony, you got something before Dr. Young? Go ahead. I can tell.
I'll do it before Dr. Young, and then I'll go right into Dr. Young. But just want to let everybody know that we talked about Doug in Japan yesterday and the 7.6 earthquake in Japan. We reached out to Doug. I think it was Patty that reached out to Doug. So thank you for doing that, Patty. And Doug confirmed that he is A-OK. So that's great to hear for Doug. And he's doing well. Also, tomorrow night on the night flight, I want to get into some emails. We've got a new McVeigh elf picture that Mark Gravy sent us.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm excited. I haven't seen this yet.
Mark Gravy Graves sent that. Thank you for sending that, Mark Graves. Also, Arkansas Dave sent a funny email about Travis Kelce and a Grateful Dead appreciation that happened down at San Jose State's campus over the weekend. I wanted to share that as well. And then we're gonna have to revisit Particle Land tomorrow night, just to give Patrick Patton some love. So fun stuff coming up tomorrow night on the night flight, and we got some tickets to give away too to the Sweet Sally gig happening at Rancho Nicosia this coming Saturday. P.
Hey, I want to say too, Tony, that a lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people don't care unless you're a Grateful Dead fan. But I think you'll appreciate this. San Jose State surprisingly has Grateful Dead historic roots running through it, and here's my favorite kind of thing to point to. Brent Midland, when he joined the Grateful Dead in '79, the first gig he ever played with the Grateful Dead was at Spartan Stadium. So I always like to quote that. I think that was April of '79. And like Bonnie was saying the other night, dude, that's my favorite era too, is the Brent Midland years. I really like when Bruce Hornsby was in the band from 90 to 92. Those were great years too. But Brent is my go-to, and I think a lot of people feel that way too. And Brent, again, first show was the Spartan Stadium. So can't tell the story of the Grateful Dead, Tony, without dropping Spartan Stadium in the mix. And I like that.
Dude, that's so great. And so supposedly, I know there's different like discussions about the first ever Grateful Dead show or with like first ever jam that Jerry did or whatever. But San Jose State was celebrating the Grateful Dead, their Grateful Dead roots, and marking the band's first ever performance under their iconic name, just blocks from the campus 60 years ago. So it was the opening, and there was a concert in '69. Right around the campus in San Jose. So there, we can talk about that tomorrow night, but there's some cool footage of them celebrating the Dead, and Trixie Garcia was on hand to talk. So, yeah.
I love Trixie. Trixie's such a sweet human being, just like her old man. And you can see it's weird. Like I have gotten a chance to hang out with Trixie a few times, and every time like I'm around her, when you look at her, you can see Jerry's face. Like you can see Jerry's face in her face. It's pretty wild. But anyway, long live the Garcias. And also, Tony, long live the official dentist and dental office of the PMP Familia, as I like to say. Now, you guys saw Dr. Young the other night. If we had like a handsome off, he might win the contest, Tony. The dark tan, you know what I mean? The perfectly coiffed hair, the vibe, the style. Liz was telling me the other night, too. She goes, don't sleep on Dr. Young's comic skills. Like she was saying, he was like dropping a lot of comedy when you and I were busy doing the awards and everything. But it was great to see. Yeah, there he is right there in the white pants right there, the beige pants. He is a handsome looking dude. And I'll tell you this, he is also the preferred and official dentist of the Polymac Particle Show, located here in San Francisco on 490 Post Street, right down there in Union Square. And Tony, this is the time of year you want to go to Union Square. Although I got to admit, I was slightly heartbroken when I heard there will be no Santa at Macy's this year. And I don't know what's behind that, but there's no Santa appearance at Macy's in Union Square. I don't know why, but I was kind of bummed out to hear that because that's a great tradition and the kids love that. Tony, have you ever skated on the rink in Union Square?
Dude, every year.
Really?
Every year. Yeah, it's a tradition. The kids go, we go, and every year, and then go grab food on Belden Lane. Lane.
I want to take a guess, and I'm going to guess that Olivia is a good skater. I'm just guessing. I can see that somehow.
That's a good guess. Yeah, she definitely enjoys the ice. And then Dom is more of a terror on the ice, where it's like, dude, slow down, chill.
He's looking
out.
to hip check dudes into the boards. Yeah.
Well, dude, that was his first love. He was Joe Pavelski for Halloween when he was like 5 years old.
I remember working with Dom on face-offs in your front yard one day. I was like, dude, play the stick, not the puck. Knock the guy's stick. That's my whole thing. Don't play the puck when they drop it, dude. You play the other guy's stick. You knock his stick out of the way, and then the puck's all yours. Anyway, I was trying to teach him that little face-off trick.
Oh, dude, it resonates, man. And he hasn't given up on hockey, and he also wants to play football. And I'm like, dude, just slow your roll. Just slow your roll and everything. But I would say my daughter Olivia is more graceful on the ice, and Dom's more of a
he's a bull. Yeah. He's a bull. He's like a bull. I know. I've seen him. I know. I'm still saying offensive line. SI, get ready. Here he comes. Anyway, Young Dental, info at youngdentalsf.com. Should you want to make an appointment or just ask his office any questions about your dental situation. And I know a lot of you have just taken on these new health plans because open enrollment is just ended for a lot of people. So look into Dr. Young. If you're ready to make a switch, if you're unhappy with your dentist or you just haven't had an appointment in a while, Dr. Matt Young is the guy. Trust me, he's our buddy. He's going to take great care of you. Just tell him that you're tied in with the PMP show. He'll treat you like a family member, man. And he offers all the comprehensive dental care you can shake a stick at, everything from your standard cleanings. Maybe you've got that sore tooth. If it's a cavity, he'll take care of the fillings, obviously. But he specializes in implants. He's the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. The guy, I'm not even kidding, he goes around the country and lectures about his techniques. That's how good he is. And if I didn't mention this, like Carlos de la Fuente, Dr. Young has been in business over 25 years. And that's the kind of experience I'm looking for when it comes to a dental visit. I don't want some kid just out of dental school. He's like, hey, does that hurt? Like, I don't want that. I want a professional. Tony always talks about the hands and the gentle vibe of a Dr. Young. And take my word on this. I'll hand it to you in a second, Tony. But when you go see Dr. Young, tell him what you want to listen to. He will make it happen. You could listen to a podcast. You could say, hey, I want to listen to Polymax Particles. He'll be like, yeah, no problem. Coming up. Or you could be like, I've asked him for Rolling Stones, dude, when I was deep under. Like I was under the influence of the gas. I don't even remember doing it, but he says I'm always asking him for Jagger when he's working on my teeth. Yeah, I need some Jagger. But anyway, he's great, and he'll take great care of you, just like he took great care of Tony.
Absolutely. And he's about to take great care of my children too. So my kids are going to go see Dr. Young. I think it's next week.
Nice.
And because it's definitely before the holidays, but yeah, they're excited and I'm excited for them to get a good, healthy heaping of generosity and love and care from Dr. Young. And also Dr. Young has inspired me because he introduced me and you, Paulie, to the Sonic Care Diamond Clean electric toothbrush.
You can't go back. Once you start using Sonic Clean, you don't go back to the standard. You can't.
I have a good 3-minute meditation every night now when I brush my teeth because it's the
gentle hum when you're doing it. Yeah, it just kind of lulls you. You're like falling asleep while you're doing it. Yeah.
Well, consider this weird, consider this not weird, whatever. But my parents, they don't know this and they won't know this. They won't watch the show. But my parents, people close to me, they're all getting Diamond Clean Sonic Care toothbrushes this year. Is that a strange Christmas gift? I hope not, because that's what they're getting. Because I'm so inspired. I want other people to know the goodness of taking care of your teeth like that. And that's all from Dr. Young. And I can't thank him enough for taking care of my teeth. He's about to take care of my kids' teeth. And again, the dentist can be something that's enjoyable. That's what the Young Dental Group is all about. It's an enjoyable experience. Believe us when we tell you. We're not BSing you. Paulie kept telling me, and then I went and I was like, oh my God, Paulie's right. He's so right. This is an enjoyable experience. So get in there. And again, I stress it every single freaking time. 6 days a week. They're open 6 days a week. And they're open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Get in there. And then I turn it into a field trip because that's what I'm going to do with the kids. Turn it into a field trip. in San Francisco, enjoy the city for the day. I would recommend that you go to Cafe Macaroni on Columbus for a nice lunch with Mario and Stephanie. But do what you want and make it a good day in San Francisco. But give Dr. Young a call, 415-392-8611, or email them info@youngdentalsf.com. P.
Thank you, Creative Tony. And thank you, PMP Familia, everybody from Big Alan Chino to Rags in New Jersey, Arkansas Dave, Don Peralta, Badges, of course, all of y'all, Noemi and Patty, on and on it goes. We love you guys. Thanks for the support today. Thank you, Rod Brooks, for joining us. Tomorrow night, we resume our festivities. We'll do it night style. We'll do the Polymac Particle Night Flight Wednesday at 8 o'clock. On Thursday, we bring Patrick Connor. Old Peaches joins us for his take on the college football playoff, the structure, the system, the teams involved. I think Pat's take is going to be a lot different than Rod Brooks's. I think he's more of a traditionalist, but we'll see. We'll pick his brain. It's always fun to just catch up with old Pecan. So anyway, Tony, great show today. Thanks for all your work, and let's do this. Take us all home with some business, some crossfades, and then I'm going to crossfade myself into the kitchen for lunch. So lay it on me, Big T.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, my bad.
No, it's all good. However you want to do it, man.
Business hours are over, baby. It's business. It's business time.
Oh,
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
Ooh, you didn't even wait for Alex Van Halen to come down on that cymbal. You just started the drone underneath. I love it. All right, Tony, great job, buddy. Have a nice afternoon. Everybody enjoy your Tuesday. You can watch the Sharks and the Philly Flyers. I think that's a 4 p.m. face-off, I think, 4:30. Yeah. All right, looking forward to that, and looking forward to our night flight tomorrow. Everybody be cool, be kind, and we will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Cheers, y'all. Have a good one.
take care, y'all. Peace.